Greetings. I'm Ross Burns, and this is sort of preliminary to astral work, a exercise geared towards safety. And it's a good general rule of thumb exercise, a good foundation. The magical practice of grounding and centering. Now, I learned this from a lady who hardly ever used the word magic. She used the word psychic, and spiritual mastery, things like this. Pretty cool old lady. Definitely a classical or cliche hermit living out in the mountains, you know, teaching good magic, what I call magic. She just calls it energetic exercises often. So grounding and centering. This is something that a lot of the Western magical texts that I read, Golden Dawn and Crowley, uh, they don't stress a lot of grounding and centering. Grounding seems to be a term that the Wiccans really um, enforced or suggested, And of course, Wicca apparently comes from the same tradition. I can't say why or where grounding got its momentum, but it's part of my generation, part of my time, and I've just been taught that it's a good safety mechanism, really. So I often like to start rituals with grounding and centering and end them. Ritual symmetry is something that I'm really fond of. My aesthetics are addicted to symmetry, which is sometimes unfortunate. And I have to really try to invoke the Tao when I see beauty, but it's not symmetrical. Getting sidetracked. Okay, so grounding and centering. We all have a sense of what grounding means. You know when a grounded person is in your space. They are full of themselves and their purpose is clear. They're not daydreaming out here and wishy-washy. A grounded person is reliable and stable. Um, so the grounding and centering practice is pretty simple, and there is an infinite a number of variations on it. So feet flat on the ground, and the idea is to connect your somatic energy and spiritual energy. They're not really separate to the energy of the earth. So imagine the earth, the center of the earth beneath your feet, the heart of the earth, Anima Mundi, the world's soul, mother, if you want. Anything that resonates with your conception of the earth being alive. So you get this central earth alive energy from the center of the earth. You pull it up gradually, slowly, safely, stably, in a stable way, up to the bottom of your feet. You pull this earth energy up. You feel it the way you feel sand under your feet at the beach, or if you're on a walk in the woods, that same sense of literal earth, connecting with your feet. But there's a whole slew of spiritual components and metaphysics behind all this. But a good place to start is to visualize literal earth elements, if you're in a city, for example. The best way to ground is to just get naked and go in the woods, stomp around and hit your head on the ground, but it's not practical for all of us. So, feet flat on the ground, call the earth energy up, up, up. Call it through your feet, gently, and then mix it with your own energy. Mix the grounding earth energy, pull it up through your feet, mix earth with your somatic processes, your muscles, your legs. Okay, now you kind of hold it there. You hold this grounding energy, you pull it up and you hold it. and you get your, dare I say, soul, your sense of self, your personality, even call it ego if you want. Pull your soul, yourself into your body and mingle it all up with the earth energy. And so you have these two energies mixed and combined and forming a poised whole, as above, so below in the Hermetic term. Okay, I'm going to scoot back and do a little ritual that is grounded in centering. That wasn't it. I'm just going to rearrange the camera. Should be good. So my feet are going to be on the ground. You might not be able to see them, but it's like this. I know I said feet flat, but that's just a good place to start. This is where I'm comfortable. It's going to be a mix of some breath work and visualization, but I'll just do a quick run through. I'm going to do this exhale. Anima mundi, ground and centering, the soul of raw sperms in present space-time. That's just a quick run through of a grounding and centering ritual. I'll dive into the pranayama, mantra yoga, visualization, and a whole slew of other things as we go on. But that's the rough run through of grounding and centering. A bit sloppy, I know, but that's sort of appropriate considering a beginning task. See you next time.